But no, I hope not. Okay, 8-4, angles of elevation, angles of depression. What we're doing with this is basically taking the trig that we learned in 8-3 and applying it to word problems today. So sometimes they're going to give you the picture of what's going on. Other times you're going to have to set up a picture of what's going on. So it's really important that you understand the wording that they're going to use, which is going to be things like the angle of elevation or the angle of depression. So you really need to understand where this is coming from. So here's what I always say to my students. You always want to start from eye level. Okay, think of like the horizon. You look out on the horizon. Callie, what's up? Are you recording? Yes, thank you. So from eye level, okay, looking out on the horizon, if you look up from there, would you expect that's an angle of elevation or depression? Elevation. Elevation, right? When you look up, you elevate your eyes, okay? That's an angle of elevation. Okay, whereas if I'm looking out at the horizon and I look down from there, we usually say if someone is feeling depressed, they're feeling down, right? We're looking down, angle of depression. So elevation, up, depression, down, okay? All right, so here's how it goes. We're gonna figure out of these 4 angles that you're seeing, which ones are angles of elevation and which ones are angles of depression. Like we said, you look out horizontal, eye level at the horizon, okay? And where do you go from there? So if someone is in an airplane, which is represented by this point, their horizon, their horizontal line is this one. So if they look to air traffic control down here, did they have an angle of elevation or depression? Depression, right? They had to look down to see the air traffic controller from the horizontal line, okay? So angle 1 is an angle of depression, okay? Now you're the air traffic controller. Now you're here. Your horizontal line of sight is right here. If you're going to look at the airplane, are you creating an angle of elevation or depression? Elevation, right? They had to look up. So this one is going to be elevation. Okay, angle 2 is an angle of elevation. What do you know about angles 1 and 2? They're alternate interiors. They're equal, right? 1 is an angle of depression, 1 is an angle of elevation, but they are equal angles because we have parallel lines with a transversal. Okay, so keep that in mind. You do have alternate interiors that show up sometimes here. Okay, angle 3, elevation or depression? Depression, right? The horizontal line is here. To look down at the ground crew would be an angle of depression, okay? For the ground crew to create that angle 4 and look up at the air traffic controller, that would be what? Elevation. Okay, so always think horizontal line. From eye level, from your horizontal line going out, did you look up or did you look down? Okay? Okay, so here's your first problem. We're going to draw a picture as we go, just to help you set it up. It says, John stands 120 feet from the base of a tree. So we know we have a John, and we know we're going to put John on the ground. We know we have a tree. And I apologize. You know how artistic I am. There's your picture. He stands 120 feet from the base of the tree. So that means this distance right here is 120 feet. The angle of elevation, sorry, it shouldn't be plural, from eye level to the top of the tree is 40 degrees. Now consider where John's eye level starts. He would be looking out horizontal from right here. Sorry, that's not very perfectly horizontal, but you get the idea, right? So they're saying from his eye level, he would look up at the tree, angle of elevation of 40 degrees. So if he looks up at the tree, oh, you guys, I am like extra messy today. That makes this angle 40 degrees. Do you see that? Okay, that's the important part for you to come up with. A lot of times people put that 40-degree angle in the wrong place. So just think horizontal line, he looks up at the tree. Where would that angle be? That's the 40 degrees right there. What is the height of the tree? And it says John's height to eye level is 5 feet. So this right here is 5 feet, okay, to his eye level. And we want to know this. We want to know this whole blue line, the height of the tree. Does anyone see where you could start here? Anything we know, anything we can do to set this problem up? Do you see the triangle? Yeah. The triangle is where we want to start, right? Here's a triangle. It's going to be a right triangle based on how we drew the picture. We know this side of it would be 120, same distance as the distance from him to the tree, okay? This piece of it, we don't know. We'll just call it X for now, but we do know this piece down here, right? This little piece is 5 feet. How can we find X right now? We're gonna use trig to find X first. Not cosine, tangent, right. Okay, look at your picture. Where do we always start with trig? The angle. We want to start at the 40, okay? So from the 40, we have the opposite side, and we have the adjacent side, right? And opposite over adjacent, SOHCAHTOA, right? That's the TOA part of SOHCAHTOA. So we're using tangent right now. Okay, so we're going to say the tangent of what? 40. You always do the angle after the trig function. So tan 40 equals opposite, which is X, over adjacent, which is 120. How do you solve for X? Multiply by 120 on both sides. So this is 1. Multiply by 120 over here. So this is what you're going to plug into your calculator. 120 tan 40. Plug that in. Tell me what you get. Yeah. Okay. So let's go. Let's just do nearest tenth for right now. Okay. So to the nearest tenth, this would be 100.7 feet. Okay. The question they asked was, what is the height of the tree? Add 5 to it. Right. You have to add his eyesight, his eye level line to that number. So we found that this top portion of the tree, okay, this part, the pink on my picture, is 100.7. We need to add the 5 to it, so it'd be 105.6. So if we said to the nearest foot, how tall is that tree? It's approximately 106 feet tall. Okay, so we literally we're just doing SOHCAHTOA. You just have to make sure, if you need to, you add something onto it, right? But you're gonna set it up and you're gonna do SOHCAHTOA every time on these. Yeah.
I think the tree's a lot taller than we drew it.
Right, yeah, my perspective is.
Why'd you change like 100 point, like it went to 0.7 to 0.6? Like,
I don't know why I did that. Because, oh, I know why. Because in my head I was saying 105.7 rounds to 106, and I wrote a 6 instead of I was rounding before I was done. Sorry, that's my bad. It's 105.7. So nearest foot, 106 feet.
How
Yes.
do you know when you're like using trans, con, or sig?
None of those were the right word. trans, con, and sig.
Yeah.
You mean sin, cos, and tan? Those ones? Sine, cosine, tangent. Well, I just want to make sure you know what you're talking about. So you have to look at what information you have, okay? You always start at the angle. From the angle, so like in this problem, our angle was here, right? From that angle, I have the opposite side, which was x, and I have the adjacent side, which is 120. And opposite over adjacent is tangent. Remember the SOHCAHTOA word? You're going to use that word every single time to figure out, is it sine, is it cosine, is it tangent? Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to laugh at you, but those words were so far off that it made me laugh. Okay, here we go. Example number 3 here. And this is it. Like, I'm just giving you 2, and then I'm going to let you guys try it. It says a rescue worker is located 175 feet above the ground in a lighthouse. He spots a ship on the water at an angle of depression of 62 degrees. How far from the base of the lighthouse is the ship? Okay, so you have a lighthouse, and again, I'm sorry in advance. That's my lighthouse. Sure. Okay, so it says he's located 175 feet above the ground in the lighthouse. So we're saying the lighthouse, because he's going to be at the very top, I guess, is 175 feet. Okay, he spots a ship on the water, or a little sailboat, at an angle of depression of 62 degrees. And I will tell you right now, most of you want to do this wrong, and it's okay. But I want you to stop and think about it and figure out, where would that 62 degree angle go? At an angle of depression of 62 degrees. At the top, yes. Most people put it at the top, though. Can I show you where most people put it and see if that would have been you too? A lot of people try to put 62 degrees right here. No, it's not. It's an, yes, thank you, Whitney. It's an angle of depression, right? An angle of depression is, so don't put the 62 there. An angle of depression says he's looking out horizontally, right? And he looks down to see the ship. It is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. And sorry, it's not drawn to scale again. 62 degrees.
So would you draw the little things first and then do the slant down, or
I would draw the horizontal line in every single time. Okay, now here's your options. We're trying to figure out how far from the base of the lighthouse is the ship. So we're trying to find this piece, right? You have options. This is going to be our right angle. Either you could find this angle right here, or how could you find this angle right here? Alternate interior. Okay, so you can either say this one is 62, or how would you find this one?
180.
Complementary from 90, right? This is a right angle also up here. So you could go 90 minus 62 to find that top one. So this would be 28, okay? It does not matter which one you use. You will get the same answer as long as you set it up correctly, okay? In my opinion, the 28 is easier because it keeps your variable on top, so you have one less step. But if you're like so in the groove of, I know when the variable's on bottom, I'm actually just dividing, it really doesn't matter. And ultimately, it really doesn't matter. It's just about which type of math do you prefer to do, okay? I feel like most people see the 62 a little better. I'm really sorry that I drew that so terribly to scale. That's not even close to 62 and 28, but you get the idea, right? Does that make sense? So let's just go with 62 for now, because I feel like that's what most people tend toward, but you can do either, okay? If we're using the 62 as our angle, Which trig function are we using?
Tan.
Tangent, because this is the opposite and this is the adjacent. Okay, so let's set that up. It will be the tangent of what? 62, always the angle, right? Tan 62 equals what over what? Yeah, it's a 175, but you can't hardly see my 1 there. 175 over your adjacent. Okay, so you're done with anything new, right? Now this is what we did for 8-3. How do you solve this? Right, you're gonna multiply by x on both sides. This goes away. So you have x tan 62 equals 175, and then you divide by the tangent of 62. Okay, get your calculator, plug that in, tell me what you get. To the nearest foot. 93 feet. Okay, so he's 93 feet from the base of the ship. Again, really sorry that I did not draw that more to scale. So if you did the 28, it's still trig, right? This is your trig. It's still tangent. This is your opposite, this is your adjacent. So you would say tan 28 equals x over 175. So you would multiply by 175 instead, and you would plug that into your calculator. But you could do that right now, and you'll see it's the exact same answer. Okay? Questions on that? Yeah.
How do we set it up in the calculator?
You write, let me see which calculator you have real fast. Yeah, okay, so you're gonna write it exactly how you see it. You're gonna type in 175, and then you don't even have to write times. You'll just hit the button that says tan, and then, oh wait, which one are you doing? The second one that I just did?
No,
The first one.
62.
Okay, that one you're gonna type in 175, and then the divided by button, and then the tan button, and then 62, and then enter. Does that work? Okay. That calculator often comes in radians. Are you in the right mode? Are you getting the right number? It says degree? Okay, yeah. Anyone not getting the right numbers still on these? Because you might be in the wrong mode or you're plugging it in wrong. Okay, don't be bashful if you are. It happens all the time, and I'd rather fix it now than the day of the test when it's too late to fix it. So talk to me if there's anything not working out on these. Any questions on how we do this? Okay, so when you see something say it happened at an angle of elevation and you're drawing a picture, what are you gonna draw? A horizontal line first and the angle up. If you see something that says an angle of depression, the horizontal line first and then go down, okay? Always the horizontal line first. Super important. The horizontal line's already there, right? We drew the horizontal line in from his eyesight. This one, right? So the angle of elevation looking up was that 40. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing that gets done wrong a lot is people always leave off the plus whatever, +5 here. There's a question on your test that you have to add that little piece to it. Don't forget about that little piece, okay? Okay, tomorrow, your quiz is just 8-3. So you're practicing that again today, SOHCAHTOA. Make sure you know how to spell SOHCAHTOA. I like this one, right? Oh, you could get real fancy and color code even. S, C, and T, all different colors. I think that's a great idea. Make sure you're spelling it right. Make sure if you're having any trouble with how to plug it in, how to set it up, that you talk to me before tomorrow, okay? I've got 5 minutes right now that I can talk you through whatever. So